So I've heard of food districts before, and different types of tech, maybe tech districts or something like that. But South Korea has a makeup district.
Yes.
So explain to me what is, and it's very futuristic looking. So explain to me how that looks.
Yes, it's all neon and lights and sound. It's like trick or treat, but for makeup products. So there's shop girls who stand outside. And this was in the mid 10s when I got there too. So a lot of things have changed now in 2023 because of e-commerce and largely because of the pandemic. People weren't able to be out and about anymore. And so a lot of retail really moved online, probably faster than the natural trends would have adapted. But when I got there in 2014 and then moved there in 2015, Myeongdong, and it's still the makeup mecca. It is still the place where there's clusters and clusters of makeup shops. But Myeongdong is where all the tourists would go and all the domestic Koreans would go in order to get all of their makeup, their cosmetic products, any sort of skincare. And there's also street food and there's also department stores in that area too. But it's a face shop there's actually a brand called Face Shop. So you would see a face shop across the street from a face shop, across the street from another face shop. And if you couldn't find one store, one, say, Etude House, which is one of the makeup retailers, if you couldn't find one Etude House, you could just walk 4 or 5 shops down and there was another Etude House location, and then another 4 or 5 shops down, and then there was another of the same location. And so it was just rows and rows and alleyways and streets of makeup and skincare products being sold to you, and also a lot of signage. It's so visual, right? So there's a lot of signage showing you sort of models of the ideal look. There's a real standardized beauty in Korea, and it's so standardized largely as a result of Korea being 97% Korean. So we are used to, in the West, of course, having a lot of immigration. And so you can't necessarily have the same look because everybody is kind of coming at products with a different look to begin with. But Koreans, by and large, are all Korean ethnically. And so it makes sticking out a lot more, I think, risky. And then it can also be a lot more costly too if you don't quite fit in.